Will we ever hear the end of that song? Stay tuned to find out.
Yeah, eventually we will, at some point. Hey, Matt, guess what?
Why would you ask me a question when I'm taking a drink of water?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you done?
Yes, what?
Hey, guess what?
What?
Hello, and welcome to Nova Talks.
Oh, man.
My name is Dalton.
My name is Matt.
And today's going to be... Hey, wait, before we do that, did you know we were in a band called Stray Nova?
What?
Did you know...
Are you for real?
...that we're in a band called Stray Nova?
I never knew I was in a band.
Well...
When did this happen? Bamboozled you, didn't I?
It never happened, actually. This is all just it's just a figment of your imagination. You're actually in a coma. Welcome to The Walking Dead.
Well, goodbye, everyone. I'll remember you all in therapy.
Wow. Since you brought that up, we'll get to that eventually. But we are in a band called Stray Nova, so go and find us on Instagram, Twitter,
YouTube,
and Facebook. That's the other one that I forgot last time.
Yeah.
That I forgot to say.
Wow.
But also, I don't know how you're listening to this podcast right now, but
probably
today,
with their ears.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I'll see myself.
If they're not, they're a marvel, and I want to witness someone listening with their butt. But if I don't know how you're listening to it. Maybe you're listening to it on Apple Music. Maybe you're listening to it on Soundcloud. Maybe you're listening to it on Google Podcasts. But today
only, never again.
No, today and for now on, until we eventually stop doing this podcast.
Until we die.
Could be tomorrow. No, so now you can listen on Spotify. So I don't know if you listen to your music through Spotify. I know if you have like an iPhone or an Android, you automatically have
one of the two
podcast apps. But if you want to keep everything nice and packaged together, if you listen to your music on Spotify, now you can go and find Nova Talks on Spotify as well and listen to it there. I don't even think you have to have a subscription to Spotify to listen to podcasts, because I played it today, so debunked.
Boom.
There you go. But yeah,
Boom.
If you listen to music on Spotify, now you can listen to our podcast on Spotify too. It was kind of tricky at first. You had to go through like a third party, but now they have this beta that you can just put it on there. So that's what I did, and now it's there. If you want to listen to it, go type in Nova Talks, and I don't know. Can you subscribe on that? I don't know. I didn't search that far into it. I'm just glad that it's there.
It'll just. I don't know how it works. I don't use Spotify.
Neither do I.
So.
But there you go. There's your new information for the day. I feel like a lot of people use Spotify though.
A lot of people do.
It's really.
I see it every year at the end of the year. They do those your Spotify year-end wrap up, whatever.
Like your
and people share them. I see those.
How many times they get played?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have seen that a lot recently as well. I hadn't seen it until this year though. Surprisingly.
I saw it this year or last year and the year before.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I guess I just wasn't paying attention then.
That's fine.
But it's it's just one of those things where a very famous person posts a picture and they got like 50 million streams, and then everyone else is like, well, I have to do that because that famous person took a picture of their results.
Yeah. Well, other people were like you could like post your individual what did you listen to?
Oh.
Like what was your top tracks or whatever.
I kind of like that better actually. That's a way to spread the word of what you're into.
Yeah.
And then your friends can be like, hey, I dig that band too. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about that.
Stop.
No.
People are gonna start. We're gonna start getting compared to those two guys, and we can't let that happen.
I'm not as beautiful as Rhett.
Man, isn't he beautiful? He really actually is beautiful.
I am better looking than Link, though.
That's our topic for the day. Just how beautiful Rhett is. No, it's not. Yes, it is.
Just slightly.
I'm exhausted. Side note: I've been at the hospital all day.
Yeah.
All day.
He was pooping.
I was. Yeah, I found out that I had the poops, and
took him to the hospital.
He was pooping. I've been there for 12 hours.
Yeah.
No, we.
Hey, great job pooping.
We found out recently that my mom had cancer, and she had surgery today, and it's been a good day because the surgery was a success.
Boom.
And
thank you, doctors.
Exactly. So now
praise be to medical science.
Exactly. I gave that surgeon a big old hug. She did not want it, but I gave it to her anyways.
Got one anyways.
She was super young too. This doctor was probably our age.
Wow.
She's a badass too.
That's frightening.
Yeah. I mean, she was really soft spoken, but she knew exactly what she was talking about, and it was actually funny because Mom's been going to 2 separate doctors for her chemo, and the one of the doctors is the one who, one of the doctors is actually the one who, like, one of the creators of this new chemo that really, really does wonders.
Nukes the.
So she's the one who did the surgery, so she did a good job.
Yeah.
But it was kind of funny because, like I said, she's been dealing with 2 doctors, and after this surgery, we all went into, because they take you into this like little room and they tell you how the surgery went and what they did, and I won't get into any of those
gory
details. But it was cool because afterwards she was like, "Oh, by the way, you're just gonna be dealing with me now, not the other guy." And I was like, "Wow, okay."
That's a weird flex, but okay.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it was cool. But everything went great, and now she just has 2 treatments left, and we're good to go. Hopefully, we're in the clear. So, shout out to the doctors, man. They don't get enough credit. They don't get enough credit. They get paid well, but they don't get enough credit.
Yeah, we know what that's kind of credit in its own way.
You're right about that. That.
It's quite a bit of credit.
Because, they go to school for what? 10 years?
Half their life.
But you know what? It shows in their bank account. Should we just do
when they're like 50 anyway.
Right. I don't know.
Right now they're massively in debt.
Well, I
living out of a 1-room apartment.
That's true. I don't know though. Cause where we were at, it was Centennial Women's in Nashville.
Yeah.
Which is also the children's hospital. Mm-hmm. So they're working 24/7
around the clock
all the time, and I'm sure their bank account shows for that.
Most likely.
But for good reason. Man, that was it was a little heartbreaking going in there today. Not just because my mom was having surgery, but seeing the sick children. That
I avoid children's hospitals at all costs.
Yeah. Whenever if you ever have the chance to donate to of course any type of cancer charities, but children especially, please donate to them because man, kids don't need to go through that.
No.
It's
life is not fair.
It's especially for kids because they didn't ask for it. I mean, when and cancer is weird because it can attack if you've literally done nothing for it to happen in your entire life, or if you've been a smoker for 50 years and you're like, "Oh, I have cancer." Well, like I know why.
I expected this.
But kids, they didn't ask for it. I mean, it's more than likely hereditary, and I don't know, crazy stuff. But I'm glad that there are very smart surgeons out there that can take care of the situation, like the one that took care of Mom today. So shout out to whatever your name is, Dr. Whoever. Did a great job.
That's actually her name, Dr. Whoever.
Dr. Whoever / did a great job. That's her that's her maiden name.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, either way. We'll get off of the cancer subject though. But let's talk about something that we talked. No, not that. Let's talk. We'll get to that.
Oh.
They probably already know what we're going to talk about.
It's probably in the title, isn't it?
It's gonna be in the title. Get those clicks, Matt. We got to get those clicks.
I'm glad you know what we're talking about because I have no idea. Where's my security blanket?
We don't get any of those.
I don't have that.
We talked about this in a previous podcast a couple of times about going to the elephant sanctuary.
Oh yes.
In Hohenwald, Tennessee. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
We have been talking about, hey, we got to go there.
Yes.
And then come back, talk about it on a podcast.
Yes.
Matthew.
Yes.
I went to their website.
Yes.
You can't go see the elephants.
That's kind of what I figured.
You can't go see them.
It's kind of what I figured.
Which, you know what? It makes sense. It makes sense.
Yes, it does make a lot of sense.
But my question is, how did you get to go see them when you were younger?
I have no idea.
Did you have the inn? Did you get the
I have no idea.
Elephant golden ticket sanctuary?
Yeah, I feel like at one point you could, and then they eventually closed it off. But that may not have been the case.
Maybe you guys just snuck.
I don't know.
You just snuck in there.
I have no idea. I know I have only been the one time.
But you saw elephants there.
I saw elephants there.
Well, I looked it up, man, and
we can't go.
Can't go. And which actually, I mean, it makes me sad in a way because I would really love to see elephants in their natural habitat. But also, I'm like, oh, I probably shouldn't go see elephants in their natural habitat because that would be weird for me and the elephant.
Yeah.
But they are doing something really, really awesome. I was reading about. Actually, you know what? I'll pull the website up right now. Cause
bring it up. Talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Oh,
here I go. Typing in elephant sanctuary in Hohenwald, Tennessee. That's the craziest part to me. Me and Dad were talking about that at breakfast this morning.
Yeah.
Because
what else is in Hohenwald, Tennessee?
Do people care about this? I don't know. We're going to talk about it anyways.
People care about animals, man.
It's called Home and Herd. Or no, it's just called the Elephant Sanctuary. And then they're, whatever the phrase, I don't know what it's not a catchphrase, but their motto, whatever.
Not motto, their, I'll figure
Either
out
way,
what the
Home and Herd,
word for
which is pretty cool. Providing sanctuary for more than 20 years, which is incredible.
Long
but,
time.
like I said, me and Dad were talking about this at breakfast, because elephants usually come from a pretty warm climate.
Usually, yes.
What is it like? It's usually like Africa and
Africa,
South
India, kind of Southeast Asian.
Sure, which is usually
just South Asia.
Usually warmer climates. So what I don't understand is because especially in Tennessee, one day it could be 70 degrees. We'll talk about the last 3 days. It was below zero.
Last week it was. It didn't get below zero. It got very close though.
It was. It
got
was
down to
freezing
the teens.
cold.
I think it got down to the teens one night, and then the next week we're outside. And
it was 70. It was 76 degrees today. That was the high. So, I mean, like.
Well, you have to remember that elephants are warm-blooded creatures.
That's true.
They're not mammals. They are adaptable.
But I don't know.
And a lot of the elephants that they have not lived in those habitats most of their lives.
True.
They are taken as young elephants in circus or
right, and which I guess they tour all around the world.
Yeah.
So I guess they would have
around here anyway.
Well, even around the U.S. the temperature changes completely. So
big fluctuation.
I don't know.
They've got a lot of body fat.
That's true. They got tough skin.
They can adapt.
Elephants are crazy strong too, man.
Yes, they are.
I saw. I think it was our buddy Logan that posted a meme on Facebook, and it was talking about. Did you see it about the gorillas?
Yes.
And how they don't even know about bodybuilding, so we've never actually seen one at its full strength, because they're already crazy strong anyways.
Yeah.
So what if they did do that? What if they did?
What if gorillas just start working out?
Learn how to
Have you
lift
seen
weights?
the movie Planet of the Apes?
I have.
Because that's what will happen. They will kill us
They're
all.
just going to take over?
And take over the government, yeah.
Man.
They will rule the planet.
But I feel like elephants...
If we don't stop killing them all first.
Yeah, okay. That's a whole separate podcast.
Yeah.
Conservation is important, people. But no, I mean, I feel like elephants are even stronger than gorillas.
Well, I mean, they are like...
They're massive.
10 times
They're
their size.
massive. But, I mean, just in their trunks alone.
Oh, yeah.
The things that they can lift. It just blows my mind.
It's pretty crazy.
But they also seem like such gentle creatures
they are very,
as well.
They're very docile.
Man.
They're kind of, I don't know, they're nature's gentle giants, really. Unless provoked. Do not provoke an elephant.
No.
You
Definitely
will
not.
die.
Definitely not. Because they are large, which people know that, I think.
Yeah.
They know that about elephants. I'm looking at the webpage here, and you can donate. So we're not sponsored by these people, but you can go to elephants.com. It's that simple. And if you want to donate to the elephant sanctuary,
way to snag that domain name.
Right, exactly. I think I saw that earlier about just elephants. You would think somebody would have already had that.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, GoDaddy.com. I'm sure that's how they did it. I don't know.
They've probably had this website since '96.
You're probably right. Well, it's the past 20 years, so
maybe so.
Yeah. But no, yeah, elephants.com. If you want to donate to that cause, do so, because it's actually really cool. What you were telling me, they take them out of like...
They rehabilitated elephants mostly.
And they just take them to this place to live out the rest of their lives.
Yep.
In a happy and peaceful manner.
Mm-hmm.
So good for them. Still wish I could go.
Helping those who can't help themselves.
Exactly. Because they can't. They really can't. I mean, if they were taken away from their environment at a young age, they have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
So
No, you can't just let an elephant roam free.
no, definitely
Here.
not.
Not here, anyway.
Not free. I mean,
They're pretty free where they are, but
they
is
definitely
an
have
enclosure.
borders that
Yeah.
they can't escape.
They're taken care of.
Yeah, but they are taken care of very well. So if you feel the urge,
Wouldn't you just love to see an elephant wandering around Hickman?
you know what? There are some.
Yeah. Ooh, spicy.
Oh man, sorry. Let me drink some water.
Easy on that one.
Okay, we'll move on from the elephants.
All right.
We'll talk about the big thing now.
Okay, what's the big thing?
The Super Bowl.
I know what the
It's
big
about
thing
the
is.
Super Bowl, Matt.
Can I tell you that I watched none of it?
Really?
I watched none of it.
You haven't watched any of the Super Bowl at all?
I watched Mr. Beast's video on him going to the Super Bowl with a sub to PewDiePie shirts.
I did see that, and
And I was
they
like-
got on camera too, right?
Yeah.
So good for them. I
They
bet he
got-
got a couple million more subs just because of that.
We can only hope. You know what? Sub to PewDiePie.
Subscribe to PewDiePie. He actually puts out some really great content and has very
Yeah.
good insight.
Indeed.
And he's hilarious. Not sponsored by PewDiePie.
Not sponsored.
Well, it doesn't matter because you didn't miss a whole lot.
No.
It was just
I heard the score updates from my family.
it was just a big
It
defense game.
sounded
Really.
very boring.
And I don't even.
It was 3-0 at the half, was it not?
It was at the halftime. It was 3-0.
Yeah, that is
Page-
extremely boring.
Patriots were 3. Rams were 0. And I'll let you know. You already know. I hate sports. I
Mhm.
hate sports. Oh, okay. I don't hate. That's a strong word. But I don't.
Dalton does not sports.
I don't sports. I mean, I can sit down and watch a game if I have to, and I know what's going on. It's not like I'm completely oblivious to what's happening, but I just don't care about sports as much. I'd rather watch a movie or something. But and people go hard.
There are people who go real hard.
Um,
I used to care about professional football. I have since lost most of that interest. It's pretty much all basketball.
yeah. Well, you love March Madness. That's like
Yeah. March is what I live
that's
for.
the big thing at your house.
Yes,
For
it
you
is.
for you and your mom especially.
We're an ACC family.
Yeah.
Deal with it. Deal with it.
Do they know? They know now. You
It's
told
all
them.
about Duke basketball.
Your room.
Except this year, UT is at the top.
Oh,
So we are
that's right.
feeling pretty good about that.
Your room was divided when you were younger.
It was.
You had one wall painted Duke, and the other wall was UT.
Actually, I had 3 walls painted Duke blue, and then I had the UT checkerboard on the one wall.
That's right. That's right.
We would have done 2 walls, but it took way too long to do that. So,
Did your mom paint that?
yes,
She did a good job. Wow.
good old tape lines and letting it go.
Wow. It looked nice. Too bad it's painted over now.
Yeah, yeah. We won't get into that.
We don't have to. But no, because Dad doesn't watch a whole lot of football, but when the Super Bowl's on, Dad sits down and watches it. I mean, why not? It's a big
Yeah.
game. He's gonna watch it.
It is probably the most watched
Oh yeah,
televised event.
absolutely. So I sat down and I watched a little bit. Like I said, super boring. Nobody was really going across the field a whole lot. Lots of just banging into each other. It was just like hockey, really. That's what
Yeah.
we were watching. So earlier that day, all right, I was scrolling through Facebook as you do, and I saw an article about Maroon 5.
Hmm.
Do you know where this is going? Do you? Well, you
I know that they did the halftime thing.
Okay, they did the halftime thing. I didn't know they were playing the halftime, but I saw an article where apparently they had teased something about SpongeBob,
Yeah.
okay? And this turned into, oh my God, they're going to play Sweet Victory
For the halftime.
for the
special.
halftime show. If you don't know about SpongeBob, who are you?
Where have you been for the last 20 some odd years?
Right, but if you do, of course, you all know about the episode Band Geeks,
Yes.
where they go to the Bubble Bowl.
The Bubble Bowl.
And they played that iconic late 80s, early 90s halftime show.
Oh yes.
It's glorious. I don't even know who sings this song. I don't know who it is. Do you know? You had a face like you knew who it was.
David.
Hasselhoff.
It's not. It's not Hasselhoff. Hang on. I
Look it up.
I have to look this up now.
Either way,
it's David something.
it's It's so corny. It's an anthem, pop rock song that they play. It's like super synth. I think
David Glenn Isley.
I have no idea who that is, but his voice is beautiful. Do you know who that is? Is he in a band or something, or was he just like?
I think he was just a solo guy.
Okay. Either way,
one of those like one-off things.
If you're a SpongeBob fan, you know the song. Huge
Oh,
deal.
yes.
Huge deal.
It's a monumental event in SpongeBob history.
Right. So I watched their little teaser because they made like a 10 to 20 second preview of them like getting ready for the halftime show, and they like flashed a couple images of SpongeBob in the teaser.
Yeah.
So fans were like, "Oh my God,
they're actually gonna do it.
It's actually happening. Someone's gonna play." I don't know what's happening with my voice right now. I hope everyone at home loves it though. Did that help? A little bit.
It'll come back.
Yeah.
Give it time.
I should have done that on the mic.
Yes. Let them hear all your phlegm. Hack it out.
What was I saying? Oh, so fans.
They teased it, yeah.
They teased it, and fans really thought that they were like, "Oh my God, this is it. They're gonna do the Bubble Bowl halftime show at the actual Super Bowl."
Our greatest fantasy is about to come true.
Unfortunately.
And yeah, that's not what happened.
Now, I will admit, people hyped it up way too much. People were like, "Oh man, this is gonna happen," when really there wasn't enough evidence of it actually gonna happen.
Yeah.
And even with that being said, I was still really disappointed when it didn't happen.
It was like so little.
Okay,
of what
so
it actually was.
So you did watch the halftime show?
I did not watch the halftime show, but I watched the clip.
You watched a clip of it.
Of what? Yeah.
So basically, it's not even Maroon 5. Adam Levine played the halftime show.
Pretty much.
And I don't know.
I mean, Maroon 5 is basically just Adam Levine.
At
whoever's playing with him at the time.
At this point, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But
sounds like another band I know.
So
haters gonna hate.
That's right.
And I'm one of them. Anyways,
I don't even remember who the rapper was.
I don't remember.
Because he was literally on stage for maybe 30 seconds. And because I figured it would be more of a collaborative thing, like year before last, whenever Bruno Mars and sorry, I thought my phone vibrated. I forgot to put it in airplane mode, so it probably did vibrate.
It was me.
Bruno Mars and Chili Peppers did the collaboration thing, which was awesome. It was pretty equal. Of course, it was more heavy on Bruno Mars because he was like the main person, but it was still really collaborative and it was awesome. But this year, it was just Maroon 5 songs. The rapper came on, rapped for about 30 seconds, and then he was out. He was out. It was over.
Sorry, man, I got to bounce.
And then Big Boy just showed up randomly.
Because why not?
Which, that was like the highlight of the whole thing. Because I'll be honest, I'm not a big Maroon 5 fan. There are a couple really good songs, but most of it is just not my cup of tea. No, but there are some.
Too much pop.
It is a lot of pop. Their earlier stuff was a little more on the rock side.
Sort of.
Now it's definitely more on the pop side
now
for
it's
sure.
100% pop.
But earlier on, it was definitely a little more on the edgy rock side.
Yeah.
But so this is what happened, and you saw it. All right. Basically, they just
they just did the intro.
They just did the intro of the animation.
Yeah.
The animation. A quick intro clip of the trumpets playing, SpongeBob doing the dance, and that was it. That's all that happened. And when the trumpet started to play, I got so excited. I was like, "Are you serious? This is actually about to happen?"
And then they pull the rug right out from under you.
As most people, I'm sure, thought that it was going to happen. But it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. They just pulled it
Not
right out from underneath us.
I don't know who thought that was a good idea.
I mean, you can't just do that.
Yeah.
You can't, because SpongeBob fans are hardcore fans. If you love SpongeBob, you love SpongeBob.
We've talked about before, no other television show has permeated every level of society.
Yeah, exactly.
Like SpongeBob has. And you cannot just play the first 12 seconds of such an iconic moment like that.
Yeah.
And just say, yeah, that was good enough.
And yet
they did.
They did. I don't know.
And that's why they're receiving
so
some
much
backlash.
Because let me tell you, the people creating memes from this. I mean, it was instantaneous too. Like it was happening. Like there were memes for it before the halftime show was even over.
Oh yes.
Oh my God. And that's all.
If you spit on the internet, the internet spits right back.
You got that right. Except it was more than spit.
Oh yeah.
Adam Levine did a little spit, and then the internet just vomited all over him.
Yeah.
So that's not going to be lived down for a while.
No.
But I mean, my entire Facebook feed, while the halftime show was still happening, after that little mishap with the SpongeBob thing, I mean, it was literally nothing but people saying, "What? Are you serious? This is it? This is all they're gonna do?"
I hate this. I hate all of it.
And
then he took his shirt off, and
then he took his shirt, and those memes have been great too.
Yeah.
Excuse
me, he took off the Target collection.
Right.
Yeah.
People were putting their Target pillows
and curtains up there, and it looks the exact same.
It's the exact same pattern.
I don't.
Did you now?
That wardrobe designer probably got fired.
Yeah, people were like, "Who is this guy up on stage, and what is he doing?"
Yeah,
a lot of people had really negative opinions towards the halftime show.
I think a lot of people had negative opinions toward the entire event.
That's true. But
especially leading up, because there was a whole
nothing happened. Oh,
there was a whole debacle about.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The Rams shouldn't even have been in.
That was a big deal.
Yeah.
I don't even know the whole story, and I know it was a big deal.
Yeah. And then the Rams decided to pick a fight with the president for some reason, and that didn't pan out because they didn't win anyway.
They got
yeah.
I don't even remember what the final score was, because
it was like 13-3 or something.
Yeah, it was really
not
bad.
a very high scoring game.
There was one touchdown in the entire game.
Yeah.
One touchdown. The Super Bowl.
That's pretty dreadfully boring.
Yeah, it was the worst. It was the worst. But we did get a lot of great memes out of it, though.
That's true.
We got some great
Not
memes.
Since Left Shark have we gotten such good memes.
Indeed. And that one was good. But these have been incredible.
Pretty spicy.
They have been incredible.
Pretty spicy.
I think my favorite one that expanded was the one where, of course, he took his shirt off, and there was a picture of him on the left with his shirt off. And his tattoo, well, he has multiple. He has multiple tattoos.
The one that has the word.
Yeah, the one that says California across his stomach. And I'm
replicating.
I'm assuming you've seen this.
Oh
yeah.
Yes.
It's just these guys with these guts that just wrote,
whatever state they're
wrote
in.
the state that they're from. It started with the guy from Illinois.
Yeah.
And then people were like, "Well, I could do that too."
This is beautiful. Give me a Sharpie, dude.
So that's just some rednecks with their guts hanging out with the state that they're from on it, drinking a beer.
Yep.
And it's beautiful.
Salute.
It's beautiful.
Give me a bud and a Sharpie, and let's show this boy how it's done.
Yeah. So
I respect that too.
As do I.
That's Americans being American.
That's right. And it takes a lot. It takes a lot to post a picture of yourself like that, but those guys don't care.
Yep.
And
that's beautiful.
Good for them. Good for them. Body shaming, that was 2017.
Out
Get
the
that out
window.
of here. Get that out of
window.
here.
No one cares anymore.
It's all about the dad bod now, man.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I find that odd, but
I mean,
it's a weird world we live in, so here we are.
It's 2019, baby.
Yeah.
Here we are. But no.
Dad bods and cankles. Let's go.
Dad bods, cankles, and back fat. Here we go. I'm ready.
Oh.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, back fat.
Gotta have something to hold on to, I guess.
So,
ooh.
The halftime show. I mean, so you didn't watch the whole halftime show then?
No.
Yeah. I mean,
it wasn't worth it.
I sat through the entire halftime show.
I pity you.
I did because I was excited about seeing the SpongeBob thing, and then it didn't happen.
Yeah.
It didn't happen.
At that point, I probably would have turned off the TV and just.
That's pretty much what happened. After that happened, I was done. I was done with it.
Yeah.
But the day after, I was like, well, now I got to do some creeping on Maroon 5's page.
See what's going down.
I want to read the comments.
Yeah.
And they haven't really posted anything.
I wouldn't.
Like the past 2 or 3 days.
Like, do you want to be accosted by the entire internet?
I mean, exactly.
I don't think so.
Exactly. And it's not. It doesn't matter what they post.
Yeah, they will be attacked.
The comments will be nothing but, "Hey, your halftime show really sucked."
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that sucks for them. I mean, I hate that they would be getting so much hate, but at the same time, you should have known what you were doing wasn't the correct move.
Yeah. There are some dumb marketing decisions that have been done, and this was one of them.
If you're going to hype up your fans and put SpongeBob in there,
like that, you should probably at least play 45 seconds of it.
At least. Just the first verse and chorus. That's all you got to do.
Yeah. Just transition it into something.
Maybe.
Yeah, you've got 5 minutes or something like that.
Exactly. I mean, I know you wanted to play your songs.
We don't need to hear Sugar and Moves Like Jagger. No one cares.
That's the one where he took his shirt off, right? Moves Like Jagger?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't.
People were really dissing his dance moves too. They were not about it.
They were like, I guess he doesn't have moves like Jagger. Jagger's 106 and he dances better.
Well, it was pretty funny because I'm just like digging through the comments because I just want to see what people are saying.
Yeah.
And people are like, man, he just really sucks at dancing. And then people will respond to their comment and be like, well, have you seen Mick Jagger dance? Do you know how he dances? Wasn't he imitating him? I don't think he was imitating him. I think he was just actually dancing, and then that's just what happened.
Just bad.
But hey.
What are you going to do?
Noticeably white.
That is true. He is a white boy.
Well, you do what you can do. You have limitations.
I don't know. Sometimes you probably shouldn't do what you can do.
Right. Actually,
sometimes you just sit
true.
down and let somebody else do it.
That's very true.
Yeah. Leave it to the professionals.
But no, yeah, that's my input on the Super Bowl halftime show. They did not deliver, and now I'm expecting them to just post a video on their social media account of them actually covering the song and just calming down all of these really angry fans.
Yeah.
SpongeBob fans and Maroon fans alike. They're angry. And even NFL fans.
Yeah, I think everyone's just angry.
Everyone's not happy. Everyone has a sour taste in their mouth.
Welcome to Earth. We're all angry.
We're all unhappy.
About something.
Yeah. So there you go.
Let that be a lesson to the aliens out there listening. If you want to conquer, we are just really pissed off all the time. It's not worth it.
You know what? Don't even bother, because you're just going to be really disappointed when you get here.
We've pretty much destroyed the place anyway. It is trashed.
It's all downhill from here.
There's nothing good to be gained here. Just keep on going. Pass through.
Go on to some other planet.
I'm sure there's another civilization out there that'll be better for the colonization.
Maybe. What if there is?
Maybe so. Hey, that's a hot take. Do you believe in aliens?
Yeah.
Yeah?
There's got to be something out there, man. I know
it's a big universe.
I know you're going to say there doesn't got to be anything out there.
Oh, no, there doesn't have to be.
There doesn't have to be anything out there.
It is statistically likely that there is.
But I would like to believe that there is.
That's fine. You can believe that.
I think
sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
No, it fluctuates.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really matter if there is or not.
No.
The likelihood that they're close enough to us to interact is pretty low.
Or maybe they're already here. Have you seen Men in Black? You gonna go watch the new movie?
No.
Neither am I.
New Men in Black, new Toy Story, not about it.
That could be a whole separate podcast talking about aliens, man.
You know what?
We could do some research.
We should. Aliens. I do love space, so.
I know you do.
I would have a lot of input there.
We'll do that. We'll have that as a whole separate podcast.
Yeah. I mean, it is like part of our namesake, I guess.
I mean,
space.
Right. We should incorporate that more into our songs, maybe.
Maybe so.
Keep the irony going.
We love space, but we never talk about it.
So, speaking of future podcasts,
Yeah.
I was talking to a certain cousin of mine recently.
Indeed.
And,
So I've heard.
Well, we talked about it right before we hit record.
Yeah.
But little backstory on my cousin. His name is Butch, and he's been a #1 fan since day one.
Since day one.
Since day one.
Probably
And,
since day -1, honestly,
He's just supportive of anything
of all endeavors.
that we do, and we appreciate that. So we want to have him on the podcast.
Indeed.
Because
I think he's been to more shows than even your parents.
Oh yeah, he's been to a lot of shows, and I want to bring him on and talk about those shows and get it from his perspective. Because I think it would be totally different than our. Of course, it would be different than our perspective.
Yeah.
So I want to see what he has to say about
what
the
does
shows.
Butch see from the crowd?
And so yeah, we actually have a couple of these next podcasts. I think a little birdie told me that next Tuesday we're gonna have Casey Jarvis on the podcast.
Ooh.
Casey Jarvis. If you don't know, we talked about it in part 2, this last podcast.
Yeah.
Casey was our very, very first drummer.
The
OG drummer when we first formed the band.
Our little baby.
And we actually played a couple shows with him in this new endeavor as well. So we'll talk about those shows as well.
Old shows, new shows.
And Casey's been touring with Jelly Roll and Struggle, so
he's got some stories to tell.
He's got some stories to tell. So part 3 of Strange Shows is coming out next week.
I'm gonna ask him if he ever got those cymbals back.
Oh my God! I completely. We're gonna have to take notes because there's a lot. There's a lot of ground we're gonna cover. It's gonna be a long podcast, I'm sure. Unlike today, because I'm tired.
Yeah.
And we got a little something special happening tomorrow. We don't have to talk about it.
Indeed. You'll see when it comes out.
You'll see it eventually, but I'm gonna go home and go to sleep.
Nice.
Because it's gonna be a long day tomorrow. A little bit of preparation and a lot of shooting something. So who knows? But I'm excited about next week. It's gonna be something special.
It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be fun.
Cause I feel like we've sat down and talked to Casey about our shows. We've reminisced some, but we've never because usually when we reminisce about the shows, we're like rehearsing for a show.
Yeah.
So it's never the full focus.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be just us sitting down talking about these shows, and I'm really excited to see what Casey has to say, because you never know.
You really don't.
What Casey's gonna say.
He could say anything.
That's what I love about Casey.
That's what frightens me.
Along with his adorable face as well.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, that's #1 actually.
He's my special little butterball. I love him.
And he loves it when you call him that too.
Yes. I'll call him that on the podcast.
Yeah, please do. So
my little butterball Jarvis.
Fingers crossed, Casey Jarvis next week, and then hopefully the week after,
the illustrious,
we're gonna have Butch
McCurdy,
my cousin Butch, or as you like to call him,
Butch.
Why did you even start saying that?
I have no idea. It's one of those names that begs to have that I don't know how to, that mountain man gruff voice behind it.
There you go.
Been up in the holler, me and Butch.
It's definitely like a
making that shine, baby.
Early 1900s Western cowboy name.
You got that right
for sure. And
it's a man's name. That's
you got
what
that
is.
Right. But that's not his real name. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
It's not his real name.
Oh no, hang on. It's
No, don't tell him.
Okay.
We'll talk about it on the podcast.
All right.
Yeah. I know this has been a short one, but we covered some ground.
Yeah.
We talked. What did you learn today, Matt?
I learned that avoid Maroon 5 for the next year or two. Maybe they'll get their act together.
Maybe they will. I learned
probably not.
Maroon 5 should just stay off of the internet and avoid us.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Hey, maybe they'll come out with a video. Probably not.
I doubt it.
I'm just sad now that it didn't happen.
It's pretty depressing.
You know what? Someone's going to do it now.
Someone will.
Someone's going to do it.
If someone doesn't do it next year and go the full 9 yards, I mean, just above and beyond. Play
Someone's
the whole
gonna
thing.
do it. It's gonna be Post Malone.
Yeah, the people's champion.
Exactly. You know what? He really is.
He would do it.
I
he
mean,
is that guy.
And okay. I guess we're gonna keep talking now. I actually really like Post Malone's music. I don't love all of it. I'm not a like massive Post Malone fan. But he has good writing and he has cool delivery. It's kind of a unique style that no one else is doing. Which is dope. He's kind of an innovator.
Yeah.
But he also just has a really, really freaking awesome personality.
He's a self-made dude.
Yeah,
who
exactly.
Put everything he had into his music.
He worked hard,
and it paid off.
He achieved his goals, and he's still the same person he was in high school, I'm sure.
Yes.
Of course, he's driving really expensive cars, and he's
just a lot richer now.
Dressing in Louis Vuitton. But
he's still a nerdy kid.
Exactly, and he's just super. Have you ever watched him in interviews?
Yes. He is very awkward.
If you haven't, go watch him on the H3 podcast because he's been on there a couple of times, and they're just always hilarious. He's like, I mean, I don't know if he's sponsored. I think he is sponsored by Bud Light, but that wasn't them.
That sounds about right.
That wasn't them being like, we want to sponsor. I mean, they probably did, but he doesn't go hard for Bud Light because they're sponsoring him. He goes hard for Bud Light because he really loves Bud Light. He loves Budweiser. So whenever he goes in for the interview at the H3, he always has just like a 12-pack that he sits on the table and he's smoking cigarettes. And I love that about him.
Never change.
He's not going to change. But there you go. We were back at it again with the white vans.
Oh, my goodness.
And we knocked it out. Anything you want to talk about? Anything burning on your mind that you want to let out on the microphone?
No, I'm good.
All right, cool.
I'm good this week, man. I'm saving it all for next week.
Next week's going to be something special.
I'm saving it.
If we can pull it off, because Casey's he's a little slippery. He's hard.
Yeah. He's hard to get a hold on sometimes.
To grab a hold of. He's just covered in butter, like you call him a butterball.
Mm-hmm.
So he's hard to get a hold of sometimes, but when you can, it's always interesting. So,
indeed,
there you go. We've told you what's going on. Later on this week, though, are we gonna announce? Because we're doing another session. We're doing another one.
Yeah.
Are we gonna tell them who it's with? Or are we waiting?
Let's
You want to wait?
We'll just wait. We'll
All
say
right.
we're doing a session.
We're doing a session.
It's coming up.
And that's not what we're doing tomorrow.
No.
So
this is
keep that in mind.
There's two things.
There's two things that will be
There's two things
recording very soon, and we're really, really excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
Much different than anything we've done before.
A lot different.
So get ready. I'm ready. I think I am anyway.
I'm not, but I'm gonna try to be.
It's gonna be crazy fun, man. I'm
Indeed.
excited. So I keep saying there you go, but there you go.
Hey, do you have trouble ending podcasts?
I do.
Do you?
I do. If I keep having ideas
Do
about
you
something
suffer
to talk
from
about.
Rambler syndrome?
Isn't that what the podcast is about? Just rambling?
Rambler syndrome? Yeah, pretty much.
Ramble on.
No, I'm not gonna do it.
You should have.
I was squealing in everyone's ears.
Maybe they want that.
I don't know. Maybe they do want that. What if I just ramble on? Anyways,
Hey, all right. So
and that's the end of the podcast.
give us a hashtag if
Thanks
you want.
for hanging out.
If you want Matt to start an ASMR channel, please let us know.
I can whisper gently into your ears.
He'll
You'll drift off to sleep.
Will do it without the
To
microphone.
the sonorous sounds.
Just give him a call.
Yeah, I'll
Just
come
give
to
him
your
a call.
house.
He'll come to your house 3 a.m.
I'll
start whispering into
whisper
your ear.
right into your ear. I too will.
That can be your new side service.
Yeah. It won't be cheap.
No,
I am not a cheap date.
no, he's high class.
But
This is the
will be fulfilling. You
this
can
is-
guaranteed of that
it's top shelf ASMR
Indeed.
in real life.
in real life.
ASMR IRL.
Yeah,
That could be your thing.
that's my that's my call sign.
Thanks for listening, guys. Hey, we're in a band called Stray Nova. Go and find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Matt's gonna take
and the YouTube.
and the YouTubes because hey, now we're recording video for this.
Now it's here.
If you don't know, now you do. If you've just been listening, now we also have video footage of this podcast. So you can go to YouTube. We're putting them on the Stray Nova page, so you can just go watch them there for free. All this is for free.
For free.
It's all for free.
Ooh.
If only it was free.
Value.
If only it was free for us.
Great value. Yeah, if only.
But no, go watch it. We posted our one from last week. It's up there right now. Strange Shows Part 2 is up on YouTube. And I think our schedule is going to be audio every Tuesday night.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sunday, or not Sunday. Don't even think about what I just said. Saturday.
Sunday doesn't exist.
Saturdays.
At
some point, I don't know, either morning or night. Once I get into a routine of editing the video, I'll know.
Yes.
But Saturday for sure, the video of that Tuesday will be up.
Indeed.
That'll be the cycle. So there you go.
There it is.
Thanks for listening, guys. This has been Nova Talks. My name is Dalton.
My name is Matt.
And we'll talk at you next week.
Bye-bye.